what's up guys? Welcome back to the Savage Performance YouTube channel. Today we are rewinding almost a year and a half, actually maybe even over a year and a half, to me picking up my S8 from Copart. Now this car obviously was in this light front end collision. It did have, in the pictures it looked like it had bumper damage, headlight damage, a little bit of fender damage. Didn't seem like it was anything too crazy. I attempted to ship this car back to me multiple times. I think I had 2 or 3 carriers drop out on me. Was ending up getting pretty heavy storage fees at that point. I think it was a few weeks after I bought it. It was, I think, between Christmas and New Year's, so shipping was terrible at the time. Expensive, and then even if you did sign up for, a lot of the guys were dropping out. So I called Copart. I was like, hey guys, could you send someone out there to just see if the car has coolant in it? Because obviously the car looked very drivable, other than I couldn't tell from the pictures if the reservoir had coolant in it. And obviously if the radiator was punctured, that would stop me from driving it, and I didn't really have the resources to tear it down in the middle of California. So they got back to me and said, yes, car has coolant in it. I said, great, I'm gonna fly out and pick it up. So that's what I did. Flew out, picked it up, and as you'll see in the videos, how that all went down. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully we'll kind of get caught up on this car and continue with the current build of the car. What is up guys, welcome back to the Savage Performance YouTube channel. So I'm finally here in California getting ready to pick up my new car. Just outside the dinky little hotel I stayed at for the night for a few hours and waiting for my Uber to show up. We will be heading to the auction and hopefully we will be in luck. For now, I will get a ride over to the auction and catch up with you there. Alright guys, so I think my car is up next. Hopefully it won't be too much wind noise, but we will see. Should see it coming somewhere back in there. Well, there it is. Look at that. Man, I'm happy to see it. Go check it out. Alright guys, so I got the car a little bit worse condition than I thought it would be, but we're going to deal with it. I limped it over to nearest O'Reilly's. Battery's completely dead. The car was wanting to shut off. It was overheating. Has a coolant leak. We're going to try to address some of that stuff, as well as this door latch is messed up, so the door does not latch. We have to tear all that apart. So if we look around the corner here, we can see about a little bit shy of 400 bucks worth of parts. Went ahead and grabbed a bunch of parts, tools, some of the essentials I thought I might need, and we are going to attempt to get this thing fixed up enough to where we can hit the road. Otherwise the car is pretty decent. Interior is pretty nice, kind of anything we would expect. For now we're going to start fixing and we'll catch up with you later. Not necessarily in the most ideal working condition, but we're going to make it work. So first step, we're going to have to separate our key, get into the trunk. There we go. Unfortunately with flying, I wasn't able to bring all my camera gear, so it's going to kind of suck. I wasn't hoping to have to do this amount of work before I get the car home, but we're going to deal with it. Get this tire out of here so we can get the battery out. Get our tools unpacked. Oh, this is wonderful. This tool set is only 1/2 inch. That doesn't go small enough for what I need. Maybe I can make a 9/16 work. Well, that's not going to work. Gonna have to go buy a smaller tool set as well. All right, so just dropped the new battery in. Hopefully that'll give us the juice we need. Let's tap down on there good. And these top ones here are 10 millimeter. And then to hold down
is a 13. We'll go over like that. Then this top bracket simply drops down in here. You kind of wiggle it in under the carpet. Same with there. The ones with the big washers that go up top here. Gonna have to put the camera down here to get these started, and then we'll catch up when we got it figured out, and hopefully the car will start up as it should. All right, so we got these screws in here, or these bolts, snug them down. These are 13 millimeter. And 2 down in here. There's actually a double plate there. One clamps the battery. You can see it right underneath there. And then the bracket holds it from the top. So it's kind of a double acting setup there. All right, so that concludes battery install. We will move on now, gather up the tools from this end, go over to the front, put some coolant in it, and then see if we can take the door latch apart and get that to lock like it should, so I don't have to drive 18 hours or 24 hours holding the door shut. So if not, we do have a pack of zip ties. All right, so moment of truth. Let's see if we have power. Well, that's a good sign. Oh yes, check it out, we got power, the car is running. So that is definitely a good sign. Now we move on, get coolant in it, see how bad our coolant leak is, see if that's something we can either live with, or if I'm gonna have to pull the bumper off here in the parking lot and bypass whatever cooler is leaking. I don't think it's the main radiator. I'm guessing it's one of the auxiliary coolers either on the side or potentially the charge cooler, which if I have to, I'll run in and get just simply 90-degree coupler, bypass it and run it that way. Either way, we will get this car home. So on to the next issue, which is our cooling, and then it's on to the door, and we will hopefully have our stuff ready to hit the road and get some progress made. Can't wait to see California a little bit, hopefully from the inside of a functioning car. But for now, we're gonna keep going. Okay, yeah, so this probably will not work. Get a pretty massive drip coming from somewhere. So I gotta get under this car, see where it's coming from, see what we gotta do. So we're gonna have to get under it, probably won't be able to film much, but we're gonna see what we can get found out here. All right, so I managed to pull the door latch apart. Basically, you gotta come in from here. There's a little set screw that releases the bolt or the mechanical lock, which allows you to get into the actual lock portion, if I can get it to focus in there. And there's a little lever that was in there that was unhooked. You can see in through there is where we're gonna have to fish the actual bolt in. So that's what I'm gonna attempt to do now without, so I have to line this little plunger up into that little yellow groove. So I'm gonna try our luck. So it's gonna be really tough to hold the camera, but that's currently what we're doing. So I'm gonna try to get that back in there, and then we're gonna see if I can make it, if the car stays cool enough on half a radiator full. I found out the hole is about halfway up the radiator. So it's possible that with half a radiator, we may be able to make it. We're gonna see. But for now, let's get this door fixed so we can at least lock the car, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we have a functioning door latch. Just like that. So that is probably the biggest win so far. I'm gonna run my battery core in, get that charged back, and not really looking so good. But we're at least gonna give it a shot. If I can make it home like this, I'll have to find a place to park it. I do have another option for shipping in about a week if I can find parking for it. So we're gonna start off, just simply give it a shot. It's possible just simply nice, easy cruising. If the radiator stays half full to the point where the hole is, that it might be okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna stock up on a bunch of coolant, and at least make an attempt. So for now, I'm gonna run across here. There's a little McDonald's here. I haven't eaten in like 24 hours. So before we get stuck on the side of the road, at least want to do it with a full stomach. So since it's here, we're gonna use it. Or actually, I guess we got Subway there too. Maybe hit that up, we'll see. So not the trip I've been hoping for, but that's what you get into when you mess around with cars like this. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the car. I think we will be able to make something out of it if we can get it home without overheating it and wrecking something even worse. So for now, I will get some food in my stomach and catch up with you later. All right, so I'm on the road. Temperature is kind of staying okay so far. I've only gone about, I don't know, a mile or two. So I am going to hit the highway and just simply see what happens. I got one or two backup plans that may or may not be possible if this fails. We're gonna hope this works. I've got a little bit of extra coolant in here. And we're just gonna see if we can drive easy and stay cool on about half a radiator, which is from where I could kind of see where it seemed about where the hole is. So we're gonna see. Obviously temps are gonna be dropping as we head west or east, northeast. So yeah, we're just gonna see what happens. Kind of sucks. I was hoping to be able to have a car that at least runs decent where I can possibly hit some decent driving roads and have some fun, but for now we're just gonna try to limp our way out and not ask for any more trouble than we already got. So fingers crossed, temps are staying good so far. Load shouldn't really increase even on the highway, but speed will be up. We'll have a little more airflow, so I really think we may be able to have it to where we can limp it home. But I will catch up with you a little bit later once we get some miles on it and see how it's going.
All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I do apologize for all the missing clips in there. Just kind of unfortunate how that all went down. I also kind of got frustrated and didn't record everything I should have. But kind of to finish that out, the car had a pretty big hole punctured out of the end cap, the plastic end cap of the radiator. There was just no way I was going to be able to repair that. I had a deadline I had to be home for. So what ended up going down is one of the very, very kind individuals on one of the 40T groups hit me up after I put a post up saying, look, I got this car, I gotta park it somewhere. Obviously I have no contacts in California, being that I'm from Iowa, and this kind gentleman hit me up and said, look, I got a street parking, if you wanna park it there, you're more than welcome to. And luckily he was, I think about 7 miles from where I was currently at, where I was sitting broke down with the car. So I ended up going into a grocery store, and of course, being my luck, they were completely sold out of water. So I ended up buying some baby formula water. I think I bought everything they had on the shelf, like 4 or 5 gallons of it. People kind of looking at me like, what in the world is this crazy guy doing? Went out, filled the car up with coolant, hit the highway. I was able to make it from one exit to the other. Every exit I had to pull over, fill the car up, let it cool down, and make a run for the next exit. And I believe it was Friday afternoon, about 3, 4 o'clock. The highway was absolutely crazy. I literally had to floor it just to merge in, and then the next exit I had to hop off. So pretty stressful. I probably looked like a total idiot. But we did make it to this guy's house. I wish I knew the guy's name. Give him a little shout out here. I don't remember. If you're watching this, thank you so much. It absolutely saved my day. Got the car to his place, parked it up, and was able to arrange, I think like a week later, was able to arrange transport to get the car back to the shop and to get it fixed. So again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.